Hey guys, I know it's only been a day, but I wanted to go ahead and do another quick review on one of my other swords since I've got the house to myself for the next few days. Um, so today I want to talk about something a little different. This is the Honshu Boshin Tactical Wakizashi. I got it through through BudK. It's only 90 bucks. Um, Before I got into European style swords, I was really into the Japanese katana style. And I had like four or five of those for years. I really liked them. They were all really decent cutters, um, sharp. But after a while, I just got bored with them. The thing about katanas is they're excellent cutters, but they tend to just look the same. You see one katana, it looks pretty. You see another one, it looks pretty. There's not a lot of variation in Japanese style blades. Well, I take that back. There is, but for the most part, any katana is going to look like any other katana. And that's a part of the reason why I got this guy after I sold my other ones. Part of the reason why is because I like the idea of a modern sword with modern materials as opposed to strictly European or old school style. So I got this guy, and he was pretty cool. I liked him a lot. Most of it's going to be aesthetics and cosmetics because he's not very sharp. I got it. It was kind of like, whoa, this is like the least sharp Japanese style sword I've ever received. But there's a couple of reasons why I wanted this one specifically. Mostly has to do with the blade. It's 1060 carbon steel, which is fine. It's not very sharp either. It's sharp, but it's nowhere near as sharp as my other katanas were. When I get my work sharp, I'll probably try this guy first to see how sharp I can get it. But I'll have to do some close-ups to explain why I went with this one. Part of the reason why is because in a lot of economy sub $100 samurai swords, you're going to get what's called a fake hamon, which is like that clay residue that's left over after they, temper it. It makes the edge harder and the back softer. But on economy swords, where they're not really done the correct way, they either wire brush or stamp on a fake hamon, and it just looks dumb. I hate that look. So when I saw this one, I noticed it didn't have that fake wire brushed hamon. And that was a big deal for me. I was like, yes, I don't want that fakeness on there. I also liked it that it didn't come with the traditional Japanese habaki, which is that little brass piece down there. I hated those things with Japanese swords. They always were loose. They came loose, and they drove me nuts. And they would always get scratched up and ugly looking. So I really liked the fact that I didn't have a habaki. And I kind of liked the hilt construction. It's what they call tactical. It's rubberized. It's got two hex nuts right here to hold the tang into the sword. It's not like a traditional European style pommel. I don't know. I guess you could put a rope around there for a lanyard or something. I don't know. I don't really do lanyards. And I like the actual cross guard design. Instead of it being a typical round Suba, it's just there. I like it. To me, I call it my future elf sword. It looks like a futuristic high-tech elf sword, not so much a Japanese Wakazashi. But yeah, it's pretty sturdy. There's no rattling. I got its bigger brother, the Honshu Boshin double-edged sword, and I hated that thing. I did not like it. I got it, and as soon as I held it, I'm like, nope, nope. I tried to sell it online, couldn't sell it, so I ended up giving it to a friend of mine at work, which I just gave it to him. I didn't want to make him buy it because I wouldn't have bought it again a second time. So I did get this guy, and I ended up liking it. It's got the little Honshu logo laser etched in right there. It's backwards because it's my camera, but that's kind of neat. It's very shiny. Got that mirror polish that I love so much. yeah, it's kind of heavy, which I like. Some people might not like the fact that the distal taper is basically non-existent on this guy. Instead of starting thick at the base and slowly tapering down to a finer point at the tip, it's just one long giant bar, which honestly I don't mind. This thing is, again, like a beast. It can bash more than cut at the moment, but I like them. So it's a little bit different variation on the katana, which I hate to admit, I just got bored with katanas after a while. I had them for so long and stuff, and I just wanted something different with more variety. So that was part of the reason as far as the sword itself goes. And another thing I liked about it was the scabbard, or the what do they call these in saya? It came with this neat leather wrap, which is really cool. I like the feel of it. It's you know, got good texture and it feels good. It actually came with like an actual cord around it, and I removed the cord because I just didn't like it. I thought this looked cooler, and it's got a neat, like, I don't know, enamel, or I don't want to say enamel, but I don't know what, plastic covering instead of traditional lacquered wood. The thing that I hated the most about katanas is when I got them, the sayas were lacquered wood, and if you just set them down or tap them against something, they would have huge dents and scratch marks on them, and I hated that about the sayas that I got. So this one is more plasticky than it is wood. There is a scratch on it down here, which, it's just whatever it is. But I like the fact that it had that leather and kind of synthetic feel to the saya. I did a little cheating. It wasn't, with katanas, I want them to stay in the case when they're upside down. I don't like them to come out like European style swords. I would like any sword to be able to stay in its scabbard, but with katanas I was like, they have to be. And a lot of them didn't. So I found out was a neat trick, which it's cheating, but I took a little bit of Gorilla Glue, and I put it along the lip, the very base of the wood, at the lip there, and watched it, and as it expanded, I pushed it down a little bit with a pocket knife, the blade of a pocket knife, until it left like half a centimeter extra inside the lip of the scabbard. So when it does go in, it makes it a tight fit. It's not sightly, it's not very pretty, but it works really well. And I wouldn't do that to one of my European style swords though. So this would be if all my other swords were to fail on me and it was like a zombie apocalypse and all I had was this thing, I would be okay. I would be happy. I'd be okay with it. Just looks cool, which is part of it. But yeah, this is the Honshu Boshin Tactical Wakazashi. I got it through BudK for like 90 bucks. I think I even got it on sale for cheaper. I don't remember or not how much I actually paid for it, but it's all right. It's pretty cool. If you're into tactical swords, you might like it, especially if you're into Japanese style swords. I have two more shorter swords I'll probably do reviews on. I'll probably do another review on the Cold Steel Gladius machete, which is probably the sharpest blade that I own. And I'll probably do another review on the Windless Steelcraft's Cobra Steel Laconia, which is a small, Greek style short sword. But anyway, I just thought I would do this real quick and show you guys the probably last and only katana style sword I'll ever buy again. I went through that phase and it's over now. But anyway, I thought I would show you guys this while I had the time. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, guys.